Hi, everybody, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. My name is Chanel, and this is your twin flame reading for the month of February. Energies might resonate before or after, depending on what is going on within your situation. So, I've shuffled your deck, pulled all of your cards, and I've got the Queen of Wands under the Lovers, and then I have the King of Wands over here. So, what I'm seeing is that there is a possibility for some kind of reunion for the month of February. I'm not particularly feeling as though this would be a relationship. So, I don't want you guys to think like, oh my God, my twin is coming back. We're going to be like happily ever after. If anything, this looks more like perhaps a conversation or a text for those of you who perhaps have not been in communication with your twin, because I'm seeing some frustration here. It does look like the divine masculine is doing a lot of thinking, but I don't particularly feel like when that person reaches out, does not matter if it's a male or a female, that they will be particularly candid about that. With some of the cards I'm seeing here, this person, this divine masculine that you're dealing with, I feel like there's been such a lack of effort lately, because that's actually what came out for what they're showing you currently. Magician in the reverse. So I feel like this is somebody you probably always gave the benefit of the doubt to. Unfortunately, because they're not making any effort in this moment, or as you're seeing this reading, or you feel like they're making very minimal effort, you're starting to feel like this person was very manipulative, right? I think in the beginning or throughout this connection, you probably wanted this and you were willing to try to see where they were coming from, and perhaps give concessions for some of the bad behavior. But unfortunately, because it feels like this person has not transformed in any particular way, as far as like their behavior or how they're consistent, how they show up, that kind of thing, you're viewing this as kind of a lost cause, right? For you feminine energy watching, and you as well can be a male or a female in the physical form. That doesn't matter either. Unfortunately, I feel like for you at this time, you're kind of over trying to figure out what this person's problem is. I think in the past, you were a lot more cognizant of kind of their reasons, like their whys, why they behave the way they do. And so that could have led to you being more patient, right, with this kind of lazy behavior on their part at the very least, manipulative at the worst, right? But now it's just kind of like, I don't really care what this person's problem is. I don't care what happened in their life, because it's not fair for them to take that out on me, right? It feels to me like you've given up on trying to make anything happen with this person, because you're coming through with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse energy for how you're perceiving their behavior, right? They had every opportunity with the Magician. I feel like you probably laid out a map for this person about how you needed to be treated, and they just always acted brand new, or like they just couldn't get it together, right? There's a lot of energy of when you were in union last time with your twin, even if you're talking to them now, I mean, like when you were like on good terms, you never really knowing exactly where the connection was going or what this person was thinking or feeling. Very much them behaving like a free agent in a lot of ways. They're very undecided. And so I feel like with the lack of communication that I'm seeing here, as well as the lack of effort, which has been a long-term situation, you're just really in this space of feeling protective of yourself, feeling like this just isn't going to turn into anything else, right? This person is kind of showing you who they are. In your opinion, it's time to pack it up. It's time to believe them, perhaps do something else. And so that's the way that you're viewing this Magician in the reverse behavior. Like, I don't want to keep buying a bill of goods. I don't want to wait for somebody who seems like they can't get it together. And with us not talking or us being even more apart, this is just too much, right? Something that I think that you're not realizing is that the reason that this person has pulled back is the King of Wands. So it feels to me as though they understand that nothing they say really holds weight with you anymore, right? It feels like perhaps In the past, words would have been enough, but it seems like there was a huge problem in regards to like follow through. And with what I'm seeing here, it looks like you're the kind of person, if you say you're going to do something, you do it, right? You're very disciplined, dedicated, committed. You'll fight for what you want, even if it makes you a little bit uncomfortable emotionally, right? Because you can see kind of a long term, like, okay, I need to do this and this to get there, right? What sacrifices do I need to make as far as being vulnerable or open or patient, right? So you're a lot more cognizant of what it takes to make a connection work. I feel like this person probably wasn't ready for you when they met you, because with them taking this step back, unfortunately, it looks like so much of what you've already seen. But in reality, they're trying to get their lives to a place where they could match your vibration or what you bring to the table. Okay. So their silence, like there is a reason for this, even though it just feels like more of what you've already seen, or maybe more of what you've already seen to an even higher degree, because I feel like there really isn't anything going on between the two of you at this time. So that's something that I guess might make you feel a little bit better, because they do have an intention, right? Ace of Pentacles. They're separating themselves from you so that they can try to shift their image, change who they are, come back and show you something different. And I'm saying come back because you actually have the Eight of Cups in reverse for what's being created for the month for your connection. And that very much is kind of that return to like, hey, there's so much unexplored potential. I'm starting to, rethink what I wanted. Perhaps we could find a happy medium, right? But I feel like that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg, because there's so much that needs to happen here, so many conversations that need to happen. And I'm not sure that those will be something that takes place in the month of February, simply because of your Knight of Swords in the reverse. The thing about this is that this person, I almost feel like they view you as being either very psychic, or you know them so well. In their opinion, they feel like you know them so well that you should be able to like navigate their mood swings or their behaviors. You're supposed to just know, right, that they're off getting their life together and they're still interested and they're still thinking of you. You're supposed to already know that without any reassurance, right? And so it's a little unfortunate, because this person, I feel like, is not exactly cluing you in to what they're doing, because they just feel like you already should have an awareness, right, of how they work. For you, though, that's actually upsetting, because you're viewing this as being ghosted again, right? Or this person running off to do whatever they want to do. And so it almost creates kind of this bitterness inside of you this month, where when you're not seeing this person, making the effort, your thoughts are like, okay, they're doing something else. Maybe there was something else. This looks reminiscent of what I've seen. I need to block this person, right? You may decide this month that you want to block this person, ghost this person yourself, or give up on this person, because there's a frustration here, right? For the feminine, you have I miss you so much, but you also have I can't do this again, not like this. And then in the reverse, I feel like I don't matter to you. So I think that the masculine this month could make some effort, right, to try to show you that you matter, because you actually got I'm trying to change coming in on the masculine side. And then you have I didn't realize what I had coming out in the reverse. So that's the problem, is that the masculine doesn't really think you're gone. I don't think they're understanding like the magnitude of your frustration with this silence or this like distance between the two of you, because had is past tense, right? So to them, it's like, didn't realize what I had. No, I still have this. This is still a thing. I'm just working on myself, right? So I think that's part of why there isn't really that like driving force to hurry, right? They're not seeing like the timeline as far as like time is running out. I think of you often in the reverse, and I'm afraid of this connection in the upright. So there's some procrastination on their end, right? Because even though they're thinking of you and they don't want to admit it, they're more afraid of union. They're more afraid of coming back into your life and what that would mean or what that would create. I do feel like this person watches you okay, because there's the Page of Swords reversed, 10 of Swords in reverse. It's almost like they're watching you and they're kind of gauging. They're using whatever you're posting or however you're moving to gauge how much time they have left, right? I feel like this person, unfortunately, they take your kindness for weakness because they have I think you won't forgive me at the bottom of the deck. And it's almost like they just have this idea of, well, this is my other half. So of course they'll understand when I'm distant, even if I'm out doing whatever, they know that I love them. And then in the back of my mind, I'm working on trying to figure out a way to get back to my divine feminine, but probably tomorrow, maybe next week, right? So with this Eight of Cups in reverse, I want to clarify this because, like I said, it does look like there's an opportunity for some kind of conversation. Unfortunately, I don't think the masculine is going to be 100% forthcoming with their feelings. I feel like the feminine, as much as you might miss your masculine energy, you're not willing to do the same thing over and over, right? Because it's very dysregulating to have a partner that ghosts, ignores, regardless of what the reason is, right? And so the feminine this month is very cognizant of the fact that they miss their masculine. However, the feminine can't keep repeating these same, like cycles or patterns, right? So Eight of Cups in reverse, it looks like some time might be spent, whether it's communicating, could be even like video chatting is what this looks like. I don't know that you'll be in each other's space for the simple fact that you're very protective of your energy right now. It looks like there's the possibility of indecision this month. So let's check that out and see what that's about. Lots of indecision. You got Eight of Cups in the reverse twice. So two people trying to figure out what is going on, right? Unfortunately, with the masculine trying to play their cards very close to the vest, the feminine is going to feel triggered by this, right? Because what do we got? Empress reversed, Emperor reversed, and then Queen of Pentacles in the upright. So it looks like to me, this masculine energy will be testing the waters this month, trying to see like, hey, what's the least I can do to be able to come back into your space without verbally saying that, obviously. If that doesn't work, it does look like there's a possibility of a return to somebody else. So I'm going to take a look at that in the extended reading because it seems like there's more than just the feminine. It seems like the masculine might have options, right? So if perhaps this feminine energy is like, you know what, I can't do this, the knee-jerk reaction very well may be to go make this mistake where they're giving time to somebody that is not the feminine after they've made the feminine wait for so long, right? Kind of childish, I feel like, simply because there's very little to go on here for the feminine, right? Outside of like maybe praying or feeling like connected or disconnected, there's not really anything coming from this masculine. So I'm a little confused at the audacity of the masculine energy to feel like if they send that like vague message, right? Or they come back and there's no real like plan or follow through. I'm a little confused as to why this masculine thinks that they should just have that foot in the door, right? That it should just always be like, you'll forgive me no matter what. You're not going anywhere. Oh, now I'm back and you're not reacting the way that I want you to. So I'm going to go off and do something else, right? Very frustrating energy, I feel like. So I'm sorry to give that to you. But yeah, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So unfortunately, the timing is not quite right, I feel like. There needs to be some thinking. I feel like more thinking on the masculine's part. So maybe in the feminine not coming through and being like, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I want. Maybe in the feminine just being like, I miss you, but I can't. That could shift the dynamic because you do have 10 of Pentacles. Wow, Hierophant, Death in the reverse. All right, so we're going to take this over to the extended reading because I do see that there's a shift. But the thing is that there's also someone else involved in this situation. And there's more than one commitment that I feel like perhaps you either know about or don't know about or will be finding out about. So let's get to the bottom of who this other energy is and what the masculine will be doing after this kind of like lukewarm return or reach out. I'll put the extended reading preview at the end of the video, and you can click on the link below to join me over there. Bye. So I'm going to look into a few things because I'm super curious to know what is going on with this masculine energy. Like, it was just such a weird shift, right? This kind of like lukewarm, testing the waters message. It looked like kind of a very quick turnaround when the feminine wasn't taking the bait, right, for something that is like, okay, why should I even care about this after you've kept me in limbo or you kept me waiting? It looks like the masculine kind of has that reaction of like, well, I could be doing something else, right? Unfortunately, a lot of your masculine's oracle cards are coming out in the reverse, but we do have my ego led me astray, so I guess that's positive. I'm afraid you don't want me. So very frustrating because masculine saying, I'm afraid you don't want me, but it's coming out in the reverse. So they feel like you still want them for you feminine energies. And the feminine's coming through with, I hate that I still want you. So I just want you guys to be really careful because this feels like the masculine is probably understanding, okay, yeah, I screwed up. You know, I was led astray by my ego. But like I said, in the public, the magnitude is not there. Like, understanding the magnitude of their actions, it's still very much like, you know, I know you still want me. Like, I know that you are going to forgive me. And so I want you feminine to just be very mindful because it seems like the masculine is still being led by their ego. Yeah.